Hey guys, it's Todd from Like Minded Lunatics bringing you, it's another drink, play, swear. Hey, it's all we do around here. I mean, besides trying to figure out if our favorite things are really our favorite things or if it's a performative effort to try to be a cool guy, it's all we've ever really worried about. Around here, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Drink, Play, Swear, and welcome back to Like Minded Lunatics. You know that Like Minded Lunatics is not just me here at Drink, Play, Swear. Hey, could you hit that subscribe button just while you're here? Bang, if you haven't done so already, that would be wonderful. Let's get that out of the way. And yes, it's not just me here at Drink, Play, Swear. It's also my buddy Mark Gifford, co-founder of Like Minded Lunatics. Bang, he does the Friday night videos. It's the best stuff on the channel as far as I'm concerned. Best stuff on YouTube. All right. What do we do here at Drink, Play, Swear? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. We play a game, usually a classic one. I pair it with a beverage, and I tell stories, right? We talk a little bit, don't we? We run our mouths just as much as we'd like. All right, what are we playing today? I am continuing my quest for Castlevania to be the first game that we beat together on Drink, Play, Swear. So you can go back to the YouTube channel and watch 3 previous videos as I build towards the end of this game. Today we start where we left off the last time, stage 15. We're getting there, man. We're getting there. What are we pairing with it today? Well, last time I had a Bishop Cider, I bought the wrong one, and I have to admit I hated it. So I wanted to correct the issue and to give Bishop Cider some love today. So we're going with Crackberry today because it's just delightful. So I already know I'm going to enjoy this. I love me some Castlevania. I love me a Bishop Cider. Get yourself something. Let's kick back and have a nice time, huh? Okay. Now, I'm going to take care of business first and beat this level real quick before we get into the story today. Because this moment right here, at the end of stage 15, when we are about to face the boss here, the Grim Reaper, this is the level I never beat as a kid. This is the game, the level I've only beat as an adult on my first time to ever beat Castlevania. So let's make sure that I make some progress today, but I got to concentrate, and then we'll move on with the story, okay? Here we go. This is a hard one. It really is. Come on, punk. You got to get him with the... See, I got the holy water here. That's how you smoke him. You keep him from being able to move, and we just did it. That is something I never did as a kid. Just did it. No big deal. On to stage 16, and we've made progress already, friends. What do we want to talk about today? Well, I want to talk about favorite things today. Now, I've talked about favorite things a little bit in the past, but in different contexts. Today, I am reminded that when you're a kid, okay, you are asked so often your favorite things. I remember being in kindergarten, and that was like a little assignment we had. You fill out a worksheet, and you talk about your favorite stuff, right? And then you share it with other kids. So you talk about your favorite book, and you talk about your favorite movie, and you talk about your favorite TV show. Maybe most importantly, you talk favorite color. Wasn't that like, I don't know, kind of a random thing that we all cared about when we were young? Favorite color, yeah? Not something that we necessarily discuss as adults anymore. Hey, Bilson, how are you? Yeah, how was your weekend with the kids? Hey, I don't think I ever asked you before. What's your favorite color anyway? But my kids ask me my favorite color sometimes when they're sharing their own favorites. And it reminds me of when I was in kindergarten and I was asked that question, favorite color. And I remember I was in a group of 4, and it happened to be that all 4 of us were boys. And we were talking favorite colors as we were filling out our little worksheets. And then the teacher was going around, and after the conversations, she would check in with us and collect the papers. And on this day, favorite color was a topic of conversation. And when I was asked, I said, my favorite color was red. Now, all 3 other boys in this group said, no, that's not the best color. Blue is the best color. And they all seemed to agree about this. Like they'd have the conversation like ahead of time. You see me die right there? Dummy. That they agreed this ahead of time almost. It was like, no. Boys like blue the best. What? Boys like blue the best? Well, I'm a boy. I like red, you know. No, that seemed to be the wrong answer. I think even some one of the guys said, no, it's too much like pink, you see. That didn't make sense to me. But I will tell you, I'll be honest with you, that then after I said red and it seemed to be the wrong answer, I scratched it out and I wrote blue. And when the teacher came around and asked us all our favorite colors, I said blue. Why? Because favorite things maybe are a way that we express ourselves and a way that we give people a shorthand for like who we are, what our interests are, and what we're like. But I also think that maybe sharing favorite things is also performative to some degree. Yeah, like you're, I don't know, like stating what you want people to see you like based on your answer. This reminds me of growing up and listening to music. When I was in junior high, I had a real good friend who had a good taste in music. And he turned me on to a lot of great bands, man. He was the first person to play Stone Temple Pilots for me, okay? And he played me the first 2 records, and I loved them. And I listened to them all the time. And Stone Temple Pilots was his favorite band. And I listened to them long enough that they became my favorite band. But then the day that they became my favorite band, it was no longer good enough for him, see? Because he wanted his own favorite to be like personal, to be private, to make him not fit in like I had wanted to do when I changed my favorite color from red to blue, but to help him stand out. And so then he picked Primus as his favorite band. I didn't know anything about Primus at the time. So he turned me on to Frizzle Fry and Suck on This and Sailing the Seas of Cheese and Pork Soda and fell in love with Primus. And before you know it, now that I have all these CDs that I'm mentioning, Primus becomes my favorite band. But that's much to his chagrin, you see, my friend, because he wants that favorite band to be his own, right? Ooh, look at this. I'm getting so painfully close to the end. So close to the end. Can I survive? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hang on. This is happening right now before your eyes. This is stage 18. This is the last level of the game. Now, spoilers, there is no way I'm going to beat Dracula for you today, but I am getting us to Dracula. Okay. So I switched my favorite band to Primus, and now all of a sudden he can't have his favorite band be Primus, and so he switches to a band he knows I will never be able to get on board with because he needs to have his own favorite. He switched to the Melvins. To this day, I can't listen to the Melvins. I can't. Maybe I have bad taste. Maybe I'm not cool. Sounds like noise to me, friend. Sounds like noise to me. And so he got to have his favorite. Favorite things are weird. Favorite things are weird because sometimes it's us trying to be fit in. Sometimes it's us trying to stand apart. Very recently, I went to Disneyland with my family and some close friends. We went to Disneyland. It was a great time. And one day I'm standing in line at Disney to get into the park, okay? And I've got a backpack on me. And this backpack is full of dad stuff, right? It's like sunscreen, baseball caps, water bottles, snacks like cheese crackers and stuff. It's a dad bag. Carrying a dad bag, and I'm in line. And I get up to the security guard, and this is the part when the security guard is going to take a look at my bag. So I take off the backpack, and I set it in front of him. And there's a million pockets in this thing, right? There's a tiny little pocket up front, and then there's kind of a small medium-ish pocket behind that, and then there's a medium pocket behind that one, and then there's a large pocket behind that, and then there's an extra large pocket behind that, and there are 2 things on the side. There's so many pockets in this thing, you'd never be able to find all the pockets, right? But it's this guy's job to go through the pockets. What does this have to do with favorite things? I'm getting there. Trust me. I know where I'm going. I've been down this road before. Do you know what I mean? As he's looking through my bag, he sees my t-shirt. And I have, in that moment, a classic Game Fest t-shirt, which is a really excellent game festival in Austin, Texas that Mark and I have been to before with Ricky. Ricky plays it every year. It's great. I have the shirt on. And the guy looks at the shirt and he looks up at me and he says, Classic Game Fest, huh? And I said, yeah. And he goes, you like old video games? And I said, I do like old video games. And he says, classic, right? He says, what's your favorite old video game? Now here we are in one of these moments, the favorites conversation. What am I to do here? Am I to fit in? Am I to pick a classic that I think maybe he will like also? Am I to stand out? Am I to pick something that makes me different, that sets me apart in some way? I'm frantically trying to figure out what to say because this guy's also in charge of like whether I get in the park, isn't he? I don't know what my answer would be today, but I know in that moment, on that day, what my answer is Castlevania. I said, I'm going to have to go with Castlevania. And he goes, that's a really good answer. And he wasn't just blowing smoke. He liked my answer, and I'll tell you why. He didn't look through the second half of that bag. No, he didn't. He let me through because I had the right answer. Sometimes favorite things, there is a right answer, at least for the person you're talking to. And how strange is that? How strange is it that we are so malleable that we can be anything we want to be for just that right person in that moment? And it's not untrue, but could it be true? I don't know. I don't think through all these things all the way. Most of my ideas on this show are half-baked, but look at this. I made it to the final stage of Castlevania today. We are on stage 18, so you will get to see me face and lose to Dracula. And the very next time we play this together, I will be beating Castlevania on Drink, Play, Swear, the first game to beat while telling stories with you. All right. Let's get my ass kicked, huh? Here he comes. Look at this jerk. Come on. Come on. What do you got? That's it. That's a perfect place to stop. Stage 18. And even though this game is brutally hard, it's also brutally fair. And what I mean by that is now that I made it to stage 18, it lets you start from here until you choose to give up. Hey, don't give up. Let's wrap up these beverages, though. Thanks for being with us. Just talking favorite things and like the malleability of the brain, wanting to stand out, wanting to fit in. What's it all mean? Don't mean nothing. What's this beverage mean? Don't mean nothing, but I like the way it tastes. In between now and the next time I talk to you, I'm Team Money. Oh, see ya.